Studio Ghibli called. They want their Furby back. Let's jump to the work in progress footage and show you a bit of a making of.
So here we have the Furby faceplate and claws straight out of the printer. If you'd like any information about my printing process or the sculpting, please do let me know and I'll make a video about that. And with the claws and face now safely affixed to a little handle, it's time to prime. I've gone through a lot of primers over the years, but Molotow is my favourite. Love the sheen, and it's super durable. Now it's time to punish this Furby freak and spritz some black ooze down its throat. Epic! I always try and keep the primer coats quite thin, stop them pooling. However, Molotow is surprisingly opaque, despite how thin it is, meaning you only usually need just a couple layers. And now it's time to add what mini painters call the zenithal highlight. Effectively what this is applying white paint from one direction to add a source of light. Thankfully for us, no face's face is rather white, so it also works as the overall base coat. Don't forget to punish that Furby a little more by pouring some white phosphorus down its throat. Now, apologies, I did forget to film the painting of the eyes and the pink parts, but I'm sure you can imagine, just paint that stuff with a brush. Now we get to the fun part. Here I am mixing an oil wash. This is my favourite method of applying shading to my characters. Usually I'll apply a pretty liberal amount and then dab it off. However, with how thin this wash was, I didn't really feel it necessary. It really added to the rustic charm. The claws, however, will require a little dab. We can't have his claws being quite that dirty. Now that the wash is applied, it's time to varnish. I actually use my own homemade oil varnish. Please do let me know if you'd like me to make a video on making that. Once the varnish is cured, it's time to add some resin to those hollow eye sockets. I tend to use this trick on most of my doll's eyes. I suppose it's up to your interpretation whether these are parts of a mask, but to me, I like the idea of keeping the weird tar body motif of no face alive in these little sockets. To break up the surface properties of the claws here, I like to also give them a little varnish on the nails. Now this fuzzy sucker can truly slay. Once applied, I chuck on my curing station. Around they whirl. And so here are all the completed components. Time to build this bad boy. I use a very generous amount of hot glue to affix the face plates to the Furby. Believe me, once it's fused on, it ain't coming off without a fight. Now it's time to add the fur. I'm no seamstress, but if you'd like me to make a video on how I do the patterning, please let me know. I effectively just mutilated the original fur body and traced it onto a better fur coating. I cut out a couple of slits to push the ears through, but still, great difficulty, this Herculean task. Again, Butterfingers! I forgot to film the gluing of the fur around the faceplate. Just please imagine that. Now I use thick zip ties to affix the claws to the body. If you were wondering what the hole was on the claw model, yeah, that's what it is. I sliced 2 holes into the fur, one entry point and one exit point for the cable. And then thread it out and just pull it through the end point of the zip tie. Finally, to finish this freak off, I just glue the bottom of the fur to the base. And we're done.
Thanks so much for checking out the video, guys, and if you'd like, this guy is actually going up on my store tomorrow at 4 PM GMT. That's British time. Catch you there.